Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing things a little bit differently. As you can see, we are here in my kitchen. I'm going to make steak fajitas tonight for dinner. I figured this would be quick just to whip up. So I thought this meal would be perfect to do because there's not really a ton of ingredients involved. And in case you guys are wondering, I'm wearing my terrorized apron that I'm so excited about. I met a lady here locally where I live and she customizes aprons and she made this for me. So thank you so much if you're watching. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So tonight I'm using red bell pepper, green bell pepper, onion, roasted tomatoes. These really add a lot of flavor to the meal. I buy these locally here at Fred Meyer, but I'm sure there's another type or brand at a store closest to you. I also purchased caramelized onions. I use these two ingredients quite heavily in a lot of dishes that I make. They're pretty convenient to use when I'm cooking and I don't really have a lot of time. So let's go ahead and start by cutting the vegetables. I have a little bowl over here that I keep with a plastic baggie so I can just throw in the excess and then take out the bag and throw it away. It makes for really easy cleanup. When cutting my vegetables, I typically like to use a serrated knife, and that's what I'm using here. This knife here is actually from the Guy Fieri collection. I'm kind of obsessed with the Guy Fieri pots and pans and knives. Gorgeous vegetables. Woohoo! Gosh, look at those. Aren't those so pretty? Look at the color. Moving on to the onion. This is still in its skin, so I'm just going to cut into it right there. Cut down the sides. Oops. I do like to cut two slits in the onion. Right here and right here, because that will allow me to peel away one area, and then I can easily just go around the onion and peel it off. So I'm not sure if you guys can see, but in the way that I cut the onion, it allowed me to just have diced onions. So this is a tool that I really like to use when I am needing to dice or chop a bunch of things at one time. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I know that there are probably things like this out there that might be bigger. This is from Pampered Chef. I actually don't know what it is called. Garlic. And then I'm just going to put the garlic in. And I always say, you be the judge, you know how much you like, you know what your taste buds are like. So I am really sorry if you're one of those people that requires a recipe. I don't know how to cook with a recipe. I actually don't even taste my own food when I'm cooking. I solely go off instinct. And for a family of 5 with the portion that I'm cooking, garlic of this portion is actually not ridiculous. I know it seems like quite a bit, but we like our garlic. So then I'm going to move on to the tomatoes, and I don't want all of that juice in there. So this is actually what it looks like here. You want to make sure that this is down to a fine dice because you don't want chunks of this overpowering your meal. Now that I've cut all of my vegetables and everything is prepped, I am going to move on to the meat. I need to take my wedding ring off for this though, and just keep in mind that if you have any jewelry or bracelets, make sure you take that off before you start cutting meat because that bacteria can really get into your stones and in between your hardware, and you really don't want that bacteria building up. So What I do when I cook is just kind of eyeball what's good for my family and how much we might need, give or take, for that day. We are not traditional in the sense where we buy a bunch of food and just stock up. Because of our diet, we require fresh food. Coat the bottom of the pan with lots of olive oil. Taking the raw meat, you're just gonna put that in the pan. Do you hear that sizzling? That's really important. You want that. You want to make sure your pan is nice and hot before you put your steak strips in. It's really important for the browning process on the steak. So to cook my steak on high about halfway through, and then once I apply the vegetables, just turn down that heat to about like a medium. It'll allow your steak to continue cooking without getting totally like charred or like really hard. As for seasonings, this is all I'm putting in. I'm not going to apply any sauces. Okay. Now I know this is really janky, but this is like such a huge pan that I don't have a lid for it. So what I have to use is a cooking sheet. I'm going to let this go ahead and sit for about 5 minutes and come back. Now it is time to check on our steak and vegetables, see how they're doing. It smells so good, you guys. Just pretend you are in Cabo San Lucas and you're on the beach getting served fajitas and ooh, yeah, reality check, Tara, you're in your kitchen again. If you're going to add the beans, add them when you add the rest of your vegetables so that way your steak doesn't overcook. So I've already strained my beans. Just go ahead and pour them into the pan. This is getting messy in here. Ooh. Okay. This is really just going to take a few seconds to cook. It just really needs to be heated. I am so tired, you guys. This really just needs to be heated up, and then we can enjoy our meal. So hopefully you guys can see the beautiful colors and details of this dish, and the autofocus is working. You guys, it's so beautiful. I am so ready to eat it. But you know what? I know my family's even more ready to eat. We have the black beans and the onion and the steak and the chili powder and the... Ooh, I know I use chicken seasoning, but let me tell you what. There's something to be said when you use chicken seasoning with any type of beef. It just brings out such a different good flavor. So I encourage you guys to experiment with your food, add spices, have fun, and yeah. I'm gonna go eat dinner with my family. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please give me a thumbs up on this video if you want to see more videos like this. As always, in between videos, you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, and I will catch you in my next video. Say hi.
Hi.
My husband's holding the pan because it's so heavy I can't hold it. I am weak.